come to you north of the border from Toronto. Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the fourth largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the six.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Takes stock of the floor. Paul to Mikal Bridges. 5 to shoot for Toronto. Shot clock violation. Russell against Chris Paul. To Stevenson. Short jumper won't go down.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. It's Paul for 2. Knocks it down off the step back.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Russell to Rudy Gay. They get it down for Towns. Marc Gasol sends it away. That's out. Last touch by Lance Stevenson. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. Got it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Russell with it up top. Down 2 to Rudy Gay. Here comes the screen. Russell to Towns. Lets it fly from long range, and Karl-Anthony Towns. Muscle memory put to good use there.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the 3.
Paul to Danny Green. Paul to Gasol. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Celtics have it. Russell to Rudy Gay. Sizing up the defense. Russell goes to the left side to Towns. Down low. Karl-Anthony Towns. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Paul with it up top. Down a point. Danny Green matched up with the former Wildcat. Nothing going here on that drive. To Danny Green. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Here's a chance from long range. Long Island zone. Danny Green with the 3.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Russell into the front court. They trail by 2. Reset here. Let's see what they do. He's going to the free throw line to shoot.
It's still early, so no real impact on that call. But you know that they're going to call this one tight, so you might want to keep your hands out of his pocket.
And hits the first free throw.
Substitutions.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Probing the defense. Paul. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie. Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Nothing going here on that drive. Russell with it up top. Looking to make something happen. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter, but still keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Russell matched up with Paul. Yes, D'Angelo Russell. 3 for 4. Good start.
D'Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
Paul guarded by Towns. Five to shoot for Toronto. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Russell into the front court. All tied up, 13 apiece. Towns to Russell. Toronto with the basketball. Bradley to Gasol. Here comes the screen. Gasol to Bradley. Towns snatching it out of the air. New blood coming in for both sides. Bradley for 3, cleans it up. On the follow, way to stay with it.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Russell. Off the assist.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Toronto has the basketball. Paul. Probing the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Deep right corner. Here comes the screen. Russell to Jackson. Gets it in the left corner. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Chance for Chris Paul. The jumper's off the mark. That'll do it for the first quarter. And it's deadlocked. All tied up. A tight ball game thus far. 15 all as we start the second quarter. It's the Raptors with the basketball.
I got ball.
To Mikal Bridges. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Jackson to Rudy Gay. Beyond the arc for three. Can't connect. It's no good. Bagley fires the three. So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for three.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
Bradley to Mikal Bridges. Has a look. And the rebound taken in by Jackson. Gordon with it. He'll run the offense. To Reggie Jackson. Deep left corner. 4-3. And knocks it down. And, Jay, the system produces once again.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough twos, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Millsap takes on Eric Gordon. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul Millsap. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Jackson. A shot by Cauley Stein, no good. Bradley. Jackson with it. Leads just a point. Count the basket inside.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a three-point game. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Bradley. Here comes the screen. Russell to Towns. And he connects at the line. Russell goes to the right side. To Russell from long range. Too good to leave that wide open. D'Angelo Russell hits.
And they're relentless with these long shots. It just seems like their spacing is perfect, and they come down, they know exactly where they want to be, and they're shooting the ball without hesitation.
Going to launch beyond the arc. Boston secures the rebound. Stevenson to Rudy Gay. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Bradley to Danny Green. Here comes the screen. Bradley to Danny Green. Lets it fly from long range. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. And he hits all 3 free throws. Jackson with it. Up by 6. Russell to Jackson. Nothing going here on that drive. To the basket goes Jackson, but a shot won't fall.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Hall guarded by Rudy Gay. The drive, right to the basket, right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Jackson with it, up 6. Deep 2 there, won't go. Paul to Millsap. Marc Gasol. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Russell to Reggie Jackson. Screen coming. Russell to Jackson. Boston with 4 to shoot to Bagley. Here's a chance from long range. Bagley humbled there. Defense all over him. Now Paul with the basketball. Trailing by 4. Gasol. They'll work it down to Millsap. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Paul Millsap. Couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 73%. Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Russell with it up top. Leads 3 to Stevenson. Paul Millsap able to recover with the block.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Bradley to Paul. To Gasol. Marc Gasol. That's 3 now on 4 shots. Boston with the basketball. Russell to Bagley. Can't connect from in close. Mikal Bridges to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. They work it down to Gasol. Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
For 3, Rudy Gay, tough shot there, no good. Deep 3 at the buzzer. So a tie one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Time for the Rose Report at halftime, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. The Raptors have themselves a close game after 2 quarters, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they scored effectively in that opening half. Great offensive display. Have a look at the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors. The Celtics have kept it close after 1 half. And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
The coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half.
Marc Gasol has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after 1 half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. Here's our top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
A lot of intrigue to come in this second half. A 1-point game as we resume play here in the third quarter. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Paul. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Lance Stevenson with the dunk.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Paul into the front court. His guys now down by a point. To Bradley. Fires the three. Rebound cleared by Bagley. Russell into the front court. His team up by 1. Here comes the screen. Russell. No good. That's great defense. Bradley to Gasol. And draws the foul.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Marc Gasol has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 77% at the line. First free throw is good. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair.
Good shot, buddy. Good shot, buddy.
Russell with it up top. His guys now trailing by a point. Here comes the screen. Russell to Towns. D'Angelo Russell. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Bradley shot no good. Russell into the front court. Down a point. Rudy Gay to Russell. Nothing going here on that drive. Stevenson to Russell. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Trying to cash in. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Toronto with the basketball. On the basket, but a shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
To Rudy Gay. Down low Towns. Using the post to his advantage there and the finish at the rim.
In an era where big centers often get devalued, Karl-Anthony Towns is a true foundational player. He can function as a traditional center, but also can show you quick moves around the perimeter and knock down that three-point shot from deep.
Here comes the screen. Not that time. Towns to Stevenson. Short jumper off the mark. To Paul. Here comes the screen. Paul, defended by Towns. Curling inside. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Chris Paul trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 86% from the line. Got it. Ball's controlled by Boston. Stevenson to Towns. Short jumper stays out. Ooh, crisp ball. 4 out of 10. When you look at playmakers from the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Nick Young. Rudy Gay. Deep left corner. Shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Substitutions.
Paul. To Bradley. Young with the basketball. His group now down 2. To Stevenson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. They dared him, and he burns them.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
Here comes the screen. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Celtics have it. Here comes the screen. Surveys the floor to Nick Young. Beyond the arc for 3, and it's good.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Paul into the front court. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Count it. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
Shot from the lane won't go. Jackson with it. Our score all even in this third quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Goes to the left side. Fires the 3. That no good. Off the mark. Bradley to Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Chance for Paul. Not done yet. Jackson with it. Game's all tied in the final minute here in the third. Cauley Stein to Reggie Jackson. Reset here. Let's see what they do. 4-3. Off the mark. No good. Paul across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Celtics able to clear the board. 3 quarters down. The Celtics have the lead. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth and final quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more importantly.
From long range, buries it on the catch and shoot.
And here's the setup, Ed, down the stretch. From a player who's been in these type of positions, eventually I'm going to hit you with a head fake, and you're going to have to jump considering I just made the last couple of threes. And that's when I find an easy way to get to the rim or force the defense to collapse, to kick out for, guess what, another one.
Taking advantage of the turnover.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
To Bradley. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. The Raptors down to 3 on the shot clock. Bradley. Not getting the bounce. Celtics have it. Has a chance. Reggie Jackson. He struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Bradley. To Mikal Bridges. Going to launch beyond the arc. It's the Celtics with the rebound. Up top, it's Young. The lead stands at 9. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
From the painted area, won't go down. To Bradley. Tough make through traffic.
I was expecting the dish there, but way to fake that one and lay that one in.
Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're all on the same page here in the fourth quarter.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the player's left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
To Towns. Rudy Gay. They get it down for Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. He's now 4 for 6.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
To Gasol. No good. Defense catching a break there. To Russell. The shot, almost. Toronto has the basketball. To Mikal Bridges. Nice pass to set things up.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Russell with it up top. Lead stands at 7. Lets it fly from long range. Man, that was a tough shot.
And watching all these great shooters on the floor at once, it almost mesmerizes me. It's like you're watching the shot in slow motion. The backspin, it gives off the feel that the ball's going in every time.
3-second count. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Russell against Chris Paul. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Millsap to Paul. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Bagley to Russell. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Bagley to Stevenson. Boston with 4 to shoot. Wide open look, won't go.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Danny Green guarded by Towns. Karl Anthony Towns with a piece. Boston with the basketball. Good touch from Marvin Bagley.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Paul to Danny Green. From the outside, no good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Karl Anthony Towns. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Here comes the screen. Paul to Millsap. Five to shoot for Toronto. Paul. That's good D. Shot no good.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Russell to Towns. Has a look. Towns with a shot. That won't go. Paul with it up top. 14-point deficit. Cleans it up. And a put-back slam.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Russell. Slam down. Karl Anthony Towns on the follow.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. Free throws coming up.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Russell into the front court. The lead is 12. Here comes the screen. Russell. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Gordon's shot misses. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. That does it. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. As we say, so long, everyone.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics came away with the victory in this one. And of course, I've got to mention how many times they scored from beyond the arc. They were so confident with the three ball, and it was instrumental to their success. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Raptors didn't get the victory they wanted here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you could tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Three-point shooting.
The Boston Celtics were able to stretch the defense because of how effectively they were scoring from long range. The opposition couldn't make the necessary adjustments and now have to settle with a loss.
Player of the game.
Karl Anthony Towns put together an incredible game, highlighted by his amazing defense. Not many guys come up with this many blocks and steals.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Rubio into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Leonard. Lobs it up. Crushes down the slam. Jay, no question. There's an unspoken bond there.
Just on the same wavelength. And how about this? Sometimes a bad pass is a great pass when you have somebody as athletic as that can catch that anywhere and slam it down.
Harden to Marcus Smart. Five to shoot for Cleveland. Harden. His first effort off the mark. Kawhi Leonard against Harden. Couple of cracks at the line now.
Hey, look, sometimes you need to feel out your opponent. Let them know you're there. I'm okay with that early foul.
Josh Jackson at the line for 2 shots. His career mark right now sits at 63%. First try, no good. Off the mark. 0 for 2 at the line. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marcus Smart. Josh Jackson here against Harden. Not giving up on that play. The result, a tie-up. Well, as they get ready for the jump, someone's going to come away with the basketball. Josh Jackson to Young. Scores from the post.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
James Harden at the controls. To Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba powers it through. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Nice pass to set things up. Layup goes down. Well done.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
To Harden. Screen coming.
I told you the screen was coming.
James Harden missed his first. That one goes.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Leonard to Jackson. Here comes the screen. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Cavs at the controls. Harden to Mo Bamba. Fires the three. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Oh, he's denied.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Harden into the front court. Down 4. To Rubio. Knocked loose. Cavs come away with it. Parker to Harden. To Green. Cavs with 4 to shoot. Parker. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Wizards at the controls. Rubio to Leonard. Ball's tied up. We'll get a jump ball. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Harden with it up top. Trailing by 4. James Harden. 2 of 4 now.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Here's Rubio into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Leonard. Goes reverse to lay it in.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Harden. Well, their first 3, and they're right back in it within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Here comes the screen.
Screen.
Rubio to Leonard. Fight to shoot for Washington. It's no good. Great defense.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep him out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. To Harden. Green to Parker. Oh, highlight moves. Tough to pull off with the defender all over you. Washington basketball. Giles. Green always looking for the steal. Knocked loose. Cavaliers get possession. And they pounce. Harden shoots. Wide open look, won't go.
That's called a heat check right there. Surprised he missed that one. That was an open look.
Here's Rubio up top. They trail by 1. To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Great pass to set it up. Nothing going here on that drive. To Leonard. Lets it fly from long range. Now that's a contest. Martin into the front court. Counting down towards 1 minute to play here in the opening quarter. To Rubio. Leonard. Oh, had him going there for a second. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
It's in the hands of Harden. That pass stolen by the Wizards. Kawhi Leonard. Harden's on him. Screen coming. Leonard to Rubio. Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Harden in possession. Down by 1. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Desperation shot here from half court. Shot from 3/4 court is good. He buries it. Who does this guy think he is? Few would take it. He drills it. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
I really like what I'm seeing. Both teams look engaged. There's some trash talking going on the court. I think this has a making to be a big-time game.
And look out.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
It's James Harden once again to Will Barton. the mark. Leonard, great feed. Aaron Baines powers it through.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Curling inside, Aaron Baines snatching it out of the air. That's his third block this evening.
Just incredible timing on that slot.
The pass set it all up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Now it's Harden controlling the offense to Will Barton. Surveys the floor. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
It just seems like one of three things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a three. Pick your poison.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Clarkson to Jackson. The screen sets him up for two.
Oh, don't see the read. Be the read.
Harden to Green. Driving right to the basket. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
James Harden has got 2 shots coming. A career 85% free throw shooter. First one goes down. And gets both to drop at the line. Wizards have it. Clarkson to Allen Crabbe. Cleans it up. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Harden to Green. Nothing going here on that drive. Gets it in the right corner. Here's a chance from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Clarkson with the basketball. Leads 4 to Ibaka. Thaddeus Young. Harden's on him. Serge Ibaka. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Here comes the screen. Green to Lee. Oh, he had him there for a second. Harden. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Kawhi Leonard sizing up Draymond Green. Has a chance, somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Parker to Harden. Lee. He engulfed him that time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Leonard to Jackson. And counted at the rim.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Harden to Lee. Harden. Washington has the rebound. Josh Jackson to Rubio. Short jumper off the mark. Has a look. It goes down. He improvises and scores.
When I played, and I see guys do this all the time, when you shoot, the target isn't the basket. The target is actually before you even go into the shot. The target are your hands defensively. If your hands are down and you give me clear vision towards the bucket, that shot's definitely going up.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Ball in possession of Cleveland. Harden to Parker. To Green. Parker. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
To Leonard. Ibaka. Thaddeus Young. He's 2 for 2 now.
Ed, I get it. I know why Indiana fans love Thaddeus Young. He's that guy that just shows up to work every day and is going to outwork you, outgrind you. They don't make players like that anymore.
To Parker. Green. To Marcus Smart. Harden. Cleared by Ibaka. Rubio into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. To Young. Josh Jackson. Whoa! What a finish!
Yeah, I've been in this situation before. Just raise your hand. We got to switch.
Harden with the basketball. Right now, down 7. And scores on the step back.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Young to Leonard. Parker with it. 5-point game. Knocked loose. That ball's out of bounds off one of the Wizards. So this will stay with the Cavs. Trying to cash in. And a put-back slam. Late heave to beat the buzzer from beyond half court. Gets it to go from long distance. A fitting capper to the end of the first half. That does it for the quarter. The Wizards out in front.
Thanks, Ed. Let's get right into the action here. The Wizards have a comfortable lead at the halfway mark. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaky. Have a look at the leading scores for the Washington Wizards. The Cavaliers are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. Bench points.
The Cleveland Cavaliers had enough difficulty dealing with the opposing starters, let alone their bench players. They really need to adjust for the depth of this opposing team and figure out how to slow them down.
Player of the half.
Kawhi Leonard most definitely deserves to be player of the half for the way he distributed the ball. It was an excellent display of court vision and solid passing. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Here's Rubio into the front court. Up 6. To Leonard. Whistle sounds. We have a tie-up. Jump ball. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. Rubio. Shot from in close, no good.
When I saw this team come out and warm up, everybody looked focused. They looked into the game before the game even started. I saw a completely different team at halftime. Guys were coasting around. Guys were talking to girls in the stands. Guys were playing around with the ball boys. They weren't focused, and it's showing up right now in the second half.
Cavaliers with the basketball. To Harden. Here comes the screen.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Shot up.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Leonard to Jackson. That's smart with the rebound. Parker into the front court. The deficit is 6. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Jabari Parker, a couple of free throws on the way. A career 74% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Wizards with the basketball. Kawhi Leonard. Tough matchup with Draymond Green. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
Serge Ibaka at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. One free throw, count it, it's a three-point play, and the lead up to 8. Harden in possession, looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. Green to Harden. Has a chance. Jumper's good.
Did you see the distance between him and the defender? You could pretty much put a department store between the two.
Prices coming down. Screen coming. Leonard. Cleveland has the basketball. Now a steal by Washington.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Throws it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the ring.
To Clarkson. To Jackson. For three. Hand in his face. Josh Jackson can't connect. Green. That pass stolen by the Wizards. Leonard. Knocked loose. Cavs have it. Oh, emphatic slam.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
Clarkson to Leonard. Here comes the screen. Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. To Harden. Mo Bamba to Harden. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. He buries it off the step back.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Leonard to Young. From the outside, no good. Has a look. Offensive board. Nice touch around the basket with the tip. Now the Wizards going to take the timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game. New blood coming in for both sides. Clarkson to Allen Crabbe. Yes, Wesley Matthews. Small sample size, but making the most of it. He's 1 for 2.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
To Harden. And there's the whistle. Neither player giving up an inch. We have a tie-up. They're in position. Let's see who can retain it. Harden. from long range. Well defended. Clarkson with the basketball. Tie game, third quarter. To Matthews. Screen coming. Matthews rises for the slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Cavs at the controls. To Harden. Probing the defense. Harden. Off the assist.
Let me tell you something that nobody will ever talk about. Did you see him slow down right before he was about to go up? That slow change of speed, that slight change was just enough to throw the defender off.
To Clarkson. Matthews to Clarkson. Here comes the screen. 4-3. Jordan Clarkson hounded, shot off the mark. Harden into the front court. Game's all tied in the final minute here in the third. Gets it in the right corner. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. The follow won't go either.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Here comes the screen. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
First one, count it.
For the Washington Wizards,
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. To Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc where James Harden, muscle memory, gets it to go.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Screen coming. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter. Wizards have the lead. The Cavaliers start with the basketball here in the fourth quarter. We've got a one-possession game going on. This has the look of a race that's going down to the wire.
And it looked that way from the very beginning, but this is where the coaches and the best players on the floor really earn their money down the stretch. It's game time.
Knocked loose. Here's Rubio up top. His team up by one. To Young. Matthews. Nothing going here on that drive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Josh Jackson trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's struggled so far. Can't convert the free throw. Martin. Deep left corner. To Green. Another chance. Second effort. Another follow, still no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Cleans it up. Serge Ibaka. He's now 4 for 6.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Martin to Lee. The drive right to the basket. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out. Josh Jackson to Young. Knocks it down off the step back.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. To Parker. Jabari Parker. Consistent effort. He's at 50%. Whistle stops play. Timeout for Washington as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the players left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Rubio to Leonard. He was hacked. They let it go. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Wizards. Leonard to Rubio. Here's Leonard for 2. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is
And a putback slam.
not really known for attacking the glass, but I like that hustle. We need to see more of that.
Leonard to Rubio. Ricky Rubio. 3 for 6 now.
Ricky's never really been the guy to look for his shot first, though he did average a career high in points per game last season, and it all starts with that blow-by first step that sets up his opponent.
Parker buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
To Leonard. And finally, play is stopped on the tie-up. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. Young. The Wizards with 4 to shoot. Kawhi Leonard. Parker grabs the rebound. To Marcus Smart. Lee. To Green. Parker. To Lee. Fires the three. Well defended, but big basket there for Courtney Lee.
And if you're on D right now, if you're off on the weak side, stunt towards the driver. That means fake at him. Don't overcommit. Stunt, then get back to you or stay at home. Force him to make one of those passes or force him to take a crazy shot at the rim.
Rubio to Leonard. Screen coming to Jackson. From the painted area, won't go down. Cavaliers with the basketball. Green to Lee. Parker to Lee. Down to 5 on the 24. Thaddeus Young sends it away. Shot clock violation. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups. Rubio to Jackson. Leonard to Jackson. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavaliers. Leonard. Rubio. That's off of Leonard. Out of bounds. The opposing coach is going to counter. Make some changes of his own. To Parker. To Lee. Five to shoot for Cleveland. A shot, no good by Green. Leonard to Rubio. Gets it in the left corner. Leonard to Rubio. Shot from the lane won't go. To Parker. To Marcus Smart. Lee. Jabari Parker. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Josh Jackson above the rim on that.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Now the intentional foul as they get it with a little under 20 seconds left to play.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning a timeout.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Second one's good. Splits the pair. Now the Wizards going to take the timeout. They trail by 2. And the question, do they look for the tie in overtime? Or do they go for it all with a 3? Matthews, defended by Draymond Green. Cavs able to clear the rebound. Now they get the intentional foul. And this one not over yet. 2 huge free throws coming up in a 2-point game.
Too close to call right now. We're in clock management mode. That was a good play.
And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. Deep three at the buzzer. The Cavs are victorious as they win this one by 3. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now.
The Cavaliers won this game after a close finish. What really stands out for me is how many three-pointers were scored. Everyone in the arena should have been given a free umbrella for the way they made it rain from long range. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Wizards are probably frustrated with themselves after such a narrow loss. And even though they shot so well from the field, I bet they're only thinking about the shots they missed. This was a tough game to lose. Check out the leading scores for the Washington Wizards.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
James Harden could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.